My father was an ex-professional baseball player, turned fireman, so he had lots of time off. He worked 24 off 24. His dream was to be a Major League Baseball player. He played pro ball for several years, was very good, had to leave as a result of an injury. So his dream was kind of shattered due to an injury, so he had 2 boys, and then his dream went forward with my brother Keith and I. And my father was one of the founders of Little League Baseball in Pacifica. There was no fields. It was a new community, mostly people that came in after the war that bought homes, very small homes on the GI Bill. So it became a very populated area, lots of young kids, and no place to play. So my dad got together with maybe 8 or 9 or 10 people, and they went to the Pillar of Fire Church, who had the land near Sanchez Adobe. They got approval to build a field. Actually, they built 3, and started Little League, and started when I was 8 years old. He always coached, because he didn't want to deal with the administrative and deal with the parents. He just wanted to go out there and help the kids. And my father used to, because he had the time off, he would get all us kids, and we would go down to the Little League field, and my dad would pitch to both teams, and he would pitch, so we didn't have to worry about getting hit. And then he would it would be like the World Series, it'd be like the Cardinals against the Yankees. So we couldn't wait to go down there and play with my dad, and then he would instruct you as the game went along. Hey, you should have done this. This is a better way to do it. So he made it very, very fun for us to play, and we all a very good learning experience too. So that was we were very fortunate to have my father, and that he had the time to do that.
He did become a high school coach and high school or middle school teacher and coach. So my experience was immediately being around some of the clinics and things that he put on as a coach of youth players. He put on the San Francisco Baseball Examiner School when I was very young, and I'd go out to Big Rec in Golden Gate Park, San Francisco, and participate, because he was a very proud dad, wanted to introduce his 3 sons to baseball and all the things about baseball. So I was quite young when that occurred, but then as we grew older, my 2 brothers, we all learned a great deal about his acumen and development and skills in the game of baseball, and he helped us all become right-handed pitchers as well, no surprise.
Actually, I started coaching my senior year of high school in recreation in San Mateo, where there was a youth program called Junior Baseball, and coached in that almost every summer that I went all through college. And then when I started teaching, I used to do that just to get a change, because I had taught high school. So then I taught the younger kids during the summertime, and that was a lot of fun. And then once I got my first high school job at San Carlos High School, I coached baseball, and also coached baseball at Carlmont when I moved over there when San Carlos closed. Yeah, actually, I've had the pleasure of coaching some Major League Baseball players' kids. So at San Carlos High School, Jimmy Davenport, who played for the San Francisco Giants, his 3 sons played for me, and great gentleman. He used to come over before our season started, and used to pitch to the kids' batting practice and things like that before he went off to spring training. So he was in the youth programs in San Mateo that I coached in during the summertime. A lot of the San Francisco Giant players lived in the areas, and their kids played in our program. Billy Pierce, as I recall, pitcher for the Giants, played. And we've had different, exposures to different type players.
I coached with my own children, and I've been involved in Burlingame's Youth Baseball Association for the last 30 years, and still am to this day. So I stay involved with our community organizations, and I give back as best I can in that way. And we have in Burlingame a wonderful youth program, and it caters to kids from 6 to 19. And I think if you go back and you look at talk to these kids, they'll say it's a good program. And one of our kids, Scott Feldman's pitching in the big leagues, so we've had some successes there too. That's That probably is as much fun as it was playing, as watching the kids grow up and watching them mature and watching them go through the whole program themselves, and having a kid come up to you that you have no idea who it is and calling you coach. And he's 25 years old, got a little kid of himself in a tote, he calls you coach. You don't even know who it is because you can't recognize it anymore. It's living in the same community and doing that's very rewarding, very rewarding.
It was very fun for the most part because most parents are very, very good, and they know that I knew about baseball, so no one was saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about, because pro level, so that part was good. It was, for the most part, a very, very good experience, and then I was able to help him, and then he ended up getting a college education out of it too, scholarships and things like that. And who knows, he may have a son someday, and maybe he'll do the same thing.